How's that? Is it back? Do we have it? What was the deal? Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. I guess maybe there was an update. I don't know. On OBS. I swear, every time they do this stuff, they mess up all my settings. Let me know if you guys... Okay, I'm not getting any feedback yet. Maybe they can't hear me. Hang on. Oh, there we go. They can hear me. All right. Yeah, so I guess I don't know. I guess there must have been an update. Every time OBS does these little sneaky updates, they mess up all my settings. But what's odd is they didn't mess up any of my in-screen stuff. That's what's weird. Okay. All right. There we go. Sarah says, can hear you now. My wife's backing me up. She's going to take over the producer role. She's going to replace Karen. All right, let's try this again. I should have been paying attention to my numbers. That's what's going on here. Let's try this again. First off, this page brought to you by you Patreon supporters. Look at that. PTN Patreon supporters in the month of April. Tyler Edmonson, that guy's been a Patreon supporter for a while. Anthony White, Timothy Whiseant. He's also been a Patreon supporter for a while. George Rector, Randall Hunt, Kelly Marie, the mod. Kelly, you're awesome. John Goodman, I love that name. Mathew Hestand, Doug Stubbs, Jenna Mayes, Justin Kipper, John Hawes, the troublemaker himself, and then Mark Dodson. All right. Okay. Oh, and then we got to do the 3, 2, 1. Yo! Okay. We're there. I don't know what the deal is. Finally fired Karen. You know something else that impressed or that messes everything up? The NCAA. Yeah. Let's talk about that. We're already a couple minutes behind because I'm sitting here talking to myself thinking you guys can hear me. NCAA today released their projected possible teams that could host. The 20 teams that could host. NCAA, and this is from D1Baseball.com, NCAA offers few surprises with 20 potential regional hosts. This is written up by Kendall Rogers. And also, if you look at the NCAA, their baseball page, they also have this up. Also telling you that they're going to go to, guess it, 50% capacity. Who's shocked by that? I'm not shocked by that. Meanwhile, all these stadiums are going 100%. All these teams over the last, especially when Arkansas comes to town, are going to 100% capacity. And the NCAA is like, no, we're gonna keep you at 50%, which it's stupid. I mean, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna call it like it is. It's the dumbest damn thing ever. Everyone else is doing it. Just stop. I know people are gonna throw up. I've seen people on Twitter. They talk about the amount of people who've been vaccinated. You know, that being a problem. And okay, point made. But we've also had several thousand people go to these games in Fayetteville, and we're not hearing about any spikes. In fact, they're going down. They're trending down. I don't understand it. The NCAA knows more than you. They're yeah. It's what they do best. Jenna put it best. They just mess things up. Maybe the NCAA is in charge of my OBS. Maybe I didn't realize it. Karen, she's a sleeper agent for the NCAA. Potential regional host: Arizona and Tucson, Arkansas and Fayetteville. No surprise there. Gastonia, Charlotte, East Carolina, and Greenville. Florida, Gainesville, Gonzaga, and Spokane. Louisiana Tech and Ruston. Is that where their campus is? Ruston, or is that the name? I don't know. Mississippi State in Starkville, Notre Dame in South Bend, Ole Miss picked as one of the teams to host. That's interesting. At the moment, a lot can happen. Again, Razorbacks, they're going to play here in a little bit, 5:30 tonight. Tonight is so big for Tennessee this weekend, and it makes me a little bit nervous. We're going to go over that game too here in just a minute. We're going to sprinkle over it. Oregon and Eugene, Pittsburgh. University of Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, South Carolina, another SEC school that's a little bit surprising. Southern Miss in Hattiesburg, Stanford, Tennessee and Knoxville, Texas and Austin, Texas Tech and Lubbock, TCU and Fort Worth, Vanderbilt and Nashville. Yeah, the first two that stood out to me were, I get people's gripes about Louisiana Tech. I get that, like their body of work, but we do that when we're in the SEC. Or even for that matter, Big 12 fans. They're not wrong. Look how many Big 12 teams are looking at possibly hosting. How many ACC do we have there? What is there? There's a few, is there not? But the SEC with 7, right? Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. 7 teams, and I don't know that Ole Miss or South Carolina, do they deserve the host? And again, this could change in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. Odds are probably not. If the NCAA is putting this out, like I'm assuming 90% of this will stay the same, 80 to 90%. There are some teams there I think that are kind of on the right there out on the edge. It's a really good article. He talks about, in fact, he brings up Mr. Kendall Rogers brings up the fact that both, Ole Miss and South Carolina making that list. In fact, he goes on to talk about South Carolina was the most interesting inclusion. If you look at the RPI, the Gamecocks seemed like a no-brainer, but if you go beyond – but you have to go well beyond the RPI. Sure, the Gamecocks have an RPI of top 15, but they're 8-14 against RPI top 25, and they're 12-15 against the RPI top 50. Yeah, I don't know. Ole Miss, he talks about Ole Miss here. Was another interesting inclusion for me, but certainly much more deserving than South Carolina, at least for now. The Rebels did lose right-hander. They talk about losing Hoagland, which was a pretty big loss for them. But the Rebels still have a 14-10 record in the league, along with a series sweep over the Gamecocks. But the Gamecocks, at the end of the day, I think they're just slightly above being an average SEC school, and I think Ole Miss is in that same category. Who knows? Maybe they'll get it all plugged up in these final however many games they have left. I mean, you've got your 6. I don't know how many midweeks they have left, if they're not already canceled or whatever. Look, next weekend's going to be interesting because right now in Northwest Arkansas, I don't know. And look, it's a week out. I get it. We could sit here and play this game all day like, who knows? You're still 7 days out from that forecast. So much can change. And you're right, it absolutely can. But what worries me is on the front end, if you look at the weather on your phone, the front end is like a pretty high chance of rain. So if they push it back, you're still looking at a forecast of rain. And maybe they end up playing a doubleheader. I don't know. We're a little ways out. We'll play that one by ear. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. But right now, at first glance, that Florida series might not. I don't know. It's going to be tough to get it going unless Dave Van Horn and these guys make some other choices. I just have a hard time seeing them cancel the series altogether. Maybe Sunday it clears up and they play just 2 games on Sunday and make up game on Monday. I don't know. God only knows what they end up doing. Okay, let me get back to chat here. Let me see what's going on. Tony Brown, hey Ty, I heard this afternoon that they announced something for college baseball. I know absolutely nothing about it. Just here to find out. That's what it was. That's what it was. We will play in the rain, damn it. If they're considering money, Ole Miss still might make it in solely on their capacity, 5,000 in Oxford or 1,500 in Nashville. Yeah, and 50%, keep that in mind. Like she's stating there, like Kelly Marie stating. Hey, Ty, greetings from Arizona. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man? I'm heading to Arkansas on Thursday for the Florida series. I can't wait. I will be wearing my Omaha shirt. Yeah. Also, 100% capacity opened up for the Florida series. That is huge. It needs to happen. Overcast or not, as long as there's no rain and the game's not canceled, Hog fans will show up. National Weather App shows less than 50% each day. But they're still on there, and that's what kind of concerns you, right? It's still there. 50% is a coin flip, right? So it's just something to keep an eye on. What's up, Lee Gasowitz? How you doing, man? Ty, this series is weird to me. I graduated from high school in Knoxville and was born there, but raised in Arkansas. I don't share most Hog fans' disdain for the Vols, but nevertheless, woo pick. I think Hog fans, their problem is they have beef with like all the SEC. Like it doesn't matter who it is. They have issue with everybody, right? They take issues. They have issues with everyone because you feel like you're constantly overlooked. This game tonight, by the way, all 3 games, I'm pretty sure, are going to be on SEC Plus. So for those of you looking for that, Tennessee's going to be an interesting matchup. Going down the numbers here really quick, getting ready for this game, for the Tennessee game. Their slugging percentage, which is everything combined, right, from a hitting standpoint. Do you know the Razorbacks are at a 493? Compare that to the Vols at a 471, which is still really high. But what probably should stand out, Vols give up a lot of homers, if I read that correctly. And I had heard that before. In the middle of the year, I'd heard they actually led the SEC or were top 2 in home runs given up. They've given up a lot. But they've only hit 65 homers. I say only. The Razorbacks have hit 14 more, 79 home runs. That's just looking at the comparison there at the plate. Arkansas's on base percentage is just shy of 400 at 398. Vols are right there with them. Right? Arkansas averages 8 runs per game to the Vols 7. But the batting average, and I've had this discussion before with people. There for a while, I think their batting average was pretty decent. It was top. It was top in the league, right? Their overall batting their batting average was decent. I want to say it was like top 6. And then you got in the middle of the season, however many weeks ago, all of a sudden it just dropped. And you look back at that Georgia series, it's like Arkansas just couldn't hit, man. And then, you look at Arkansas State, a midweek game. You say what you want about midweek games, but hitters are hitters, right? Typically, midweek games, what you're concerned about is what they do pitching-wise. Your batting order is your batting order. Like, you're basically going in with something similar every game anyways. And they ended up hitting okay, but I really thought that was going to be a double-digit hitting game for them, and I think they ended with 7, maybe, was it 7, I believe? Turned out to be a little bit closer than you would like, but hey, a dub against Arkansas State is a dub against Arkansas State. You'll take it. But talking about the batting average, it's 279 to their 282. They're a little bit better at hitting. That's not a huge margin. But then again, baseball is an extremely analytical sport. So, you overlook some things, and even though you think it's only a 0.2 difference, may not be that much, but then certain scenarios it could be even more so, right? But Arkansas, again, 79 home runs to their 65. Strikeouts per game, Arkansas just shy of about 9. The Vols, I keep wanting to say Vanderbilt. The Vols just behind them at 8.6. You're looking at Patrick Whitlander tonight going up against Chad Dallas. Saturday, it looks like Peyton Pallette versus left-handed pitcher Will Heflin, who's 2-2 on the year. By the way, Chad Dallas is 8-1 with a 3.86 ERA. And then Sunday, we don't know. I truly don't know what they're going to end up doing. Some people I've seen where they've talked about Wiggins, maybe Caleb Bolden getting another opportunity to start. Maybe they go Lockhart. I don't know. But they're going to go up against Blake Tidwell, who's 6-2 on the year with a 3.71 ERA. Right? You're going to deal with the lefty on day 2, Will Heflin. I don't know much about their bullpen. I don't know how many lefties are in their bullpen. This is going to be a tough one. Their ERA, the Vols' ERA on the year is 3.47 to the Razorbacks 4.01. Batting average against Arkansas is a 2.28 to the Vols 2.40. Strikeouts per game, Arkansas just north of 10, Vols just north of 9. Walks per game, the Razorbacks are almost 4 walks a game at 3.6. The Vols are at 2.6. Home runs allowed, this is what we were talking about a minute ago, 36. Compare that to Tennessee's 52 home runs allowed. Now, yikes. This is brought to you by Hog Sports, by the way. This is where I'm getting all these numbers. Curtis Wilkerson, who does a great job for Trey Biddy and those guys over there at Hog Sports. You can get into the errors and the fielding percentage and everything. Errors, I guess, are something to talk about. 36 for the Razorbacks on the year, 10 more for the Vols at 46. So, and I'd be willing to gamble that Arkansas's infield defense is probably one of the top 4 in the SEC. Their infield defense, outside of there've been a couple of games this year where there's some head scratchers, where some people should hold on to the ball before trying to make a play to first base and then end up with an error and cost you a run or we'll overlook that. For the most part, Arkansas defensively, their infield defense has been pretty phenomenal. It's been really good. Let's see. Toll is a badass. Dale's take was idiotic. I don't know who's Dale? Someone in chat. I don't know what you're talking about. How about our Cardinals, baby? They're rocking it. I took the poster down. My dad got mad at me. He was like, "Why'd you take the Cardinal poster down?" I was like, "Well, first off, it reflects so much light. Sometimes it's even hard to see. Whereas you have this smaller Arkansas baseball. I don't talk Cardinals here. I don't talk Celtics. It was there as basically like a placeholder, anyways. But I am proud of the Cardinals. They were tied for the league's best record. Here's my thinking with future coaching in baseball once Dave Van Horn retires. Yeah, everyone talks about Vitello, who obviously he coached here. Oh, Vitello. You would assume he's next in line, but if Arkansas is interested in him, then that means a lot of schools are interested. I don't see Dave Van Horn. Only way I would even entertain that rumor is if Arkansas just won a College World Series. Then it's like, all right, he got the ring, right? They got the trophy. What's next for Dave Van Horn? Like, he has established Arkansas as one of the premier baseball programs in all of college baseball, which is exciting. Future is bright. The next two classes coming in are even better. Let's see. What's your favorite thing to get at concession stands for baseball, football, basketball game? I'm OG, man. I had my first beer at a stadium, at Busch Stadium in St. Louis in 2006. And I will always – and it was so tasty. I'll always cherish that memory, drinking a beer inside Busch Stadium in St. Louis. I'll never forget that. First beer I ever had at a ballpark, any kind of venue like that. And I think I had a hot dog with it. I mean, I'm OG. Hot dog with some relish, some mustard, But then again, it just depends on nachos. Sometimes stadium nachos are garbage. So Razorback channel through and through. That's right. I want more Razorback stuff. And you guys know I'm a Cardinal fan. I do have a Ram helmet back there. I do, but it just looks good. I plan on the next thing I'm going to end up doing, I want to get a full-size replica helmet, Razorback helmet. That's my next plan. I'd like to put it – I'd have to reposition my microphone to where you can actually see it, but I'd like to put it right where that Ram helmet is. So beer and hot dog, although the beer is better in the hog pen when you didn't pay $8 for it. Yeah, I think I paid it was like $9 for that beer in Busch Stadium, and that was 2006, man. 2000 was it 2000? I'm pretty sure it was 06. It was the first year of the new stadium. They went on and won the World Series that year. So, all right, big series this weekend for the Razorbacks. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. I feel like I jinx one way or another. Should Arkansas be favored? Yes, they should. I think they're a better team defensively. Day 3 worries me. Some of the middle relief pitching worries me. But then it's like you have so many arms that have such high potential, right? How many guys are throwing north of 93, 94 miles an hour in this bullpen? Look at the left-handed pitching you have. There have been years when it's like, God, if they only had a couple more lefties. It's like they've got some key lefties this year. But it's those guys that have all this momentum. Look at Connor Nolan. Comes out after very little play. Who was that against where Connor Nolan comes out and he just laid a giant egg? It was terrible. Then he comes in against Arkansas State in late innings and throws pretty well, right? Connor Nolan has a high ceiling. He has a high ceiling. We've talked about him nonstop, especially when he went full-time from football to baseball. You've got so many players. You feel comfortable, like, eventually these guys are going to be great. That's something that a lot of other programs, they don't have. That's a luxury that a lot of other schools, even in the SEC, don't have. The problem is getting it all put together on the mound, playing one great game. You have these games where you think 10, 11 runs should be more than enough to win a ball game, and they haven't. That's not happened super often, but it has happened. There have been games where you have these huge leads, and then the gap closes. And why is that? Is that because the bullpen, Dave Van Horn, kind of, he has too short of a hook, and he's pulling these guys too quickly? Or is it maybe he left them out too long? Maybe he got the wrong matchup, although I don't doubt the GOAT DVH. I don't doubt him. The guy, I obviously, the guy's been he's been here for so long, and he's already this name in college baseball. We know him as the GOAT here in Fayetteville, in Arkansas. I don't doubt him. Like, anything he does, it's like, whereas like someone like Mike Anderson, his first couple of years when he would do, his bench rotation or whatever, Mike had some success, but he hasn't really. Compare that to Dave Van Horn with all of his achievements and everything. He already had a reputation coming to Arkansas. You don't doubt DVH, right? So what's the deal? Why do they give up these runs? And I think maybe it's because some of these, you've had 2 midweek games canceled. Those are more opportunities for those guys to get more pitches out of the bullpen. I can't explain it. I don't know why sometimes their middle relief and then going into day 3 pitching has just let them down so much. You don't even know. And this is the other problem. You're at the end of the season. You're at the end of the regular season, and they have no idea who their day 3 guy is. Now, is some of it a ploy? Is some of it a strategy? Yes, of course it is, right? Of course it is. But there's still an issue in day 3. You've just go back and look at the record on day 3 and the hits allowed and the runs allowed. It's not good. And it's that, again, day 3 pitching that pulls everything down. And then at times, the middle relief. And then you have starting pitching that can't go. I mean, is there any of these guys that have started this year, can they go consistently beyond 4.5 innings? You don't have anyone you can go real deep with, right? Like you used to with Blaine Knight, Campbell, and those guys. You thought Connor Nolan would be at that point, but obviously he's had to go through some stuff. Hopefully Connor gets us. I think his confidence is coming back. Maybe you'll see it all get put together in the closing weeks here between assuming he gets a shot. Does he get a shot this weekend? And if not, does he get a shot against Florida and Fayetteville in front of 100% capacity crowd? I don't know. Oh, hey, Ty. I'm sorry, I wasn't reading chat. I have a full-size helmet that I will donate to your show for the shelf behind you. Well, Tim, email me because I don't want to give out my address here, but yeah, man, Kelly, thanks for giving me the heads up on that. Tim, my email is in my description, or I'll just do it here. This is my email, by the way. You guys used to email me quite a bit, but not so much. I need more emails so I can do, or DMs so I can do these mailbag videos. There you go. There's my email me, Tim, and we'll be in contact. I appreciate that, Tim. Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss with this day 3 pitching in this series, this matchup this weekend. I'm excited for it. All right, what are we at? 30 minutes. Okay, I want to get this going, get it done before. At least give you guys 10 minutes before the first pitch. Did you see Tennessee's pulled out they pulled it out, baby. They're bringing Peyton Manning. The rumor was they're bringing Peyton Manning to throw out the opening pitch. They're doing this whole checkered, color coordinated attendance thing or seating. Color coordinated seating. What? They're just pulling out all stops for the Razorbacks for your beloved Hogs. Isn't it something? That's how much they think of your number 1 Razorbacks. They know, hey, big deal with the number 1 Hogs coming into town. That's exciting. Everyone should have done this, right? Maybe it pays off for them. I don't know. Again, nothing would surprise me this weekend. Well, a sweep one way or the other might surprise me. To sweep Tennessee or the Razorbacks would be surprising. Either way, one way or the other. If the Razorbacks do drop this series, I see them finding a way to come away with at least a win, right? All right. Recruiting, holy crap. I could have made this entire show about recruiting. I'm going to try and there's been we just know that there's a lot going on. In the month of June, you're going to have, and again, they're opened up. There is no more dead periods over with. NCAA, it's the one thing they got right, but it took them too long to get right. They're going to open up recruitment for or official visits and whatnot, home visits with the coaching staff. So June, and June 4th. Now, I will say this. I stated here, I think it was here last week, that Centegna was going to be here in June for an unofficial visit, the number one player in the state of Arkansas, wide receiver, 2-sport star in high school, right down the road here in my beloved Fayetteville High School. Go Purple Dogs. He was supposed to go on an unofficial. I don't know. I'll just say this. Even though he's not listed anywhere, as far as I've seen, and I've looked around, he's not listed anywhere as an unofficial or an official visit in the month of June. Multiple individuals have indicated to me that Arkansas is not backing off on his recruitment, and we need to give this time. This is not like the incident last year with the safety that went from Fort Smith that went to A&M, where he ended up signing. And I'm not saying that Arkansas gave up on that issue. I'll say that this one is much more fierce. Like, Arkansas is not letting up on Isaiah Centegna. And I say bravo to them. Yes, I want linebackers. Yes, I want more tackles. Yes, I want them to recruit the line of scrimmage, get the front seven nailed down in this class. I really want them to and I think they are. I think they're going to end up maybe surprising some people for a couple of studs at linebacker. I think they're going to grab at least 2 more backers in this class. But Centegna, I say, look, you wonder why these other schools like Oklahoma, Alabama, even LSU, despite how bad they were last year, you wonder why. I mean, they're a factory at those positions. They don't just recruit 2 years worth of good skill position guys. I'm talking about their strengths. Obviously, LSU, Bama, and Oklahoma, and Ohio State, and all those schools recruit well top to bottom. But you look at the NFL factories they've produced at the wide receiver position, they don't just take a year off. It's every year they're going after 2 or 3 big-time receivers, 4 and 5 stars, and they're getting these kids on campus. These athletes are skill position guys, running backs, receivers, big-time tight ends. Now, the landscape there, with those schools, the regular schools that recruit really well, you wonder how much transfer portal, like how meaningful the transfer portal is going to be to those schools. In Arkansas, are they going to prefer going after these guys in the transfer portal, or are they going to stick to their guns recruiting? And you know how that's going to affect the scholarship distribution and what have you. But there's a reason why those schools are NFL factories at those positions. They don't take a year off. You need to get Centegna, not because he's the number one player. This kid is an athlete. He may be I don't know. I don't want to say bust because I'm just not a big fan of calling college athletes bust because there's so many variables that happens once these kids go from high school to college. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. They don't fit in the offense as well as they thought they would, and you know they get caught up in coaching changes and what have you. But Centegna is a raw athlete at the very least, and I think you need to get him on campus. I would love it if they would, they flipped Quincy McAdoo. You still got this kid whose name is now slipping my mind, that Faison Wilson, 4-star receiver who I don't know what happened there. You don't know. Like all of a sudden Arkansas, this kid's crystal ball to Arkansas. He's supposedly might even be a silent commit, and something just happens. And from what I understand, this was nothing to do with his Bama offer. This has something to do with the University of Arkansas. Is that where Centegna? Is that what this is? Are they preferring possibly another player? Some people would say, well, no, it had something to do with Quincy McAdoo because he committed not long after that. I think there's more to it than that. And again, I'm not saying Centegna ends up being a Razorback. Okay, I'm going off that. I'm off that rant. Month of June is huge. You're going to have, I don't have the dates on my screen, but you do have Bryson Hurst, 4-star tackle. Another 4-star tackle. The Razorbacks are all over this kid out of Mississippi, 6'6", 320. Brandon Kennard. You've got Miles Rouser, who's already committed to you. He's going to be here in the month of June. Jerron Williams. You talk about needing a big-time linebacker. This is your guy. 4-star, 6'3", 225-pounder out of Leesburg, Georgia. Big time get. If you could land this kid, he's currently committed to Georgia Tech. He's got some big-time offers. There's other schools. He's still got some more visits planned. I think he's coming in the first week of June, I believe. Trevante Citizen, running back out of Louisiana, currently committed to LSU. He's willing. He went on a virtual tour a little while back. He wants to come see Fayetteville in person. That's exciting. Isaac Thompson, safety, another safety, 4-star, 6'2", 6'1", 205, currently committed to Missouri. It is ridiculous what they're bringing in. Then you've got the current commits that are rumored to come back on some more unofficials throughout the summer. You've got Trey Emery, 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle out of Texas, who's really leaning heavy to the Razorbacks. So those are some guys. Cam East, another big-time tackle. I think a lot of people are, just because he's got 3 stars next to his name, this kid out of Louisiana, he's going to be here in the month of June. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. June is open back up. T-Dub, what's up, man? Yeah, let's get the likes up. What are you guys doing? Let's get the likes. Ty, I did, and I'm glad you said that. Kelly, this is why I made you a mod. You are bailing me out. Yeah, Shine O'Grady going to Cincinnati. He's signed a free agency deal with the Bengals, so he'll be there with Brandon Allen. Who knows? He might crack their starting 2 somewhere. Who is their starting tight end now? I don't even know. I'm not even sure who their starting tight end is. Maybe he'll crack the starting 2. It's you look at his combine numbers, they were not good. I can't believe anyone thought. I had someone tell me someone told me he was a first-round talent, and I said, no, he's not. Not according to his NFL combine numbers. No, he's not. Speaking of baseball, I can't wait to see how many fans get ready to jump ship after we coast to a bad showing in SEC tournament. It will happen. I'll be surprised if they do much there. Arkansas Ladyback basketball picked up 6'5" Bentonville. Yeah, 5-star. They've got like 3 or 4 5-stars on that roster now. Ladybacks are going to be good. It's surprising to me that they were one and done this year. We'll see what they do next year with in terms of talent and ceiling, much higher ceiling next year. Can't wait for the combo in week 7 after Joe. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I don't want to jinx anybody here, Cobra. All right. So, also, some more recruiting news. Nico Davalier out of Maumelle, Arkansas, has his date locked in. Let me pull that up here. I had it typed out. Where is it? Yeah, June 27th. June 27th, 3-star, although, again, he's another one of those. I don't know if he's just not camping. I don't know why he's only got 3 stars next to his name. Everything I read about this kid is that he's got a really high ceiling, someone that does really well on film, passes the eye test. But, again, June 27th, he's going to go public with his commitment. He's going to be at War Memorial Stadium, apparently. I typed that out. I don't have any other I don't know why he's at. There's a camp going on, I think, that weekend at War Memorial. But other than that, I don't know why. But, all right. That's awesome. Good for him. I feel very confident he ends up being a Razorback. He has some legit offers. Georgia, Auburn, Nebraska. Again, he's the number 7 player in the state of Arkansas, top 50 defensive tackle, 3-star. Pretty exciting. I told you guys, there's so much. Did you guys see the video? The flagship branding video from the University of Arkansas. Did you see that? That was something. That was interesting. My wife's home. If you heard you could hear the alarm go off. Whoops, I forgot to turn it off. So that was if you haven't seen it yet, let me link it to you. Their official. I thought this was pretty interesting. If you get a chance, go watch it. Maybe later. Thought that we are at 100% attendance. Yeah, we are. We are, Alex. We're 100% attendance. Grant Patrick bringing up all the Ladyback names. Yeah, I'm telling you. They're stacked, Grant. They're absolutely stacked. It's fantastic. Ty, maybe this has been asked before, but do you think top to bottom, male and female, this could be the best coaching at U of A? Yeah. History? Yeah. We talked about that a couple of videos ago, a couple of live streams ago. I think in terms of what they've done on the field has been nothing short of incredible. The goal here for Hunter Yurchik, well, number one, the goal for Little Rock is to keep him here. Those rich folks down in Little Rock and the board the board of trustees to keep Hunter here, top to bottom. Now, look, I'm not saying Sam Pittman's a bad coach. I don't think right now he's in that pool of the success that you're having at Arkansas. He is on the up. He's like on the up and coming list, right? I think the football, and I think that's fair, and I'm sure some people are going to get mad at me for that, but I think that, look, it's not like they went out and won 7 games last year. They were so much better last year. They looked organized. These guys were fighting in the trenches. They just looked like a Division I, or they looked like they belong in the SEC last year, despite a 3-7 record. And we all know they could have very well just as easily won 5 games last year, and that is worth talking about. But I think he's an up-and-coming coach. And I think maybe this time next year we'll be talking about him in that category of quality coaches, high quality coaches. But right now, like Dave Van Horn, come on. Eric Musselman, the men's, you look at the women's side of things, Mike Neighbors with the Ladybacks, they are killing it. The female and male coaches, the talent up and down, I think we've never seen anything like this. The reason why it's not as talked about outside of us talking about it here or maybe nationally is because football, we all know football's the anchor that holds everything, right? Holds everything into place. And right now, football, let's be honest, the last 3 years, the national narrative, again, not myself, but the national narrative is the football program is a giant shit show. And that's understandable. They don't have the optics that we have. They don't understand what we see and what we know and what we understand about the future of the program. And as far as football is concerned, I think it's coming up, but there's a lot of legwork left to do there, right? So, and it starts by killing it this next month. It starts by getting it done in the month of June, ladies and gentlemen, and then into February when you sign these kids. You got to – look, right now you're looking at a top, 14 class? They went up 2 spots after their most recent commit. I mean – they're doing what they need to be doing. You had a top 20, top 25 last year according to 247. Need to keep doing more of that. Even though that's still only good for like bottom 4 or 5 in the SEC. Bring the talent, have quality coaches, have quality coordinators, and the rest should fall into place. Ty, the new assistant, was recruited to by Nolan to Arkansas. Yeah, that see, there's so much and I told you in Discord I was going to talk about it. Hang on. I had it typed out here. Bear with me. Oh, I think I closed it out, didn't I? Oh no, I closed out. I had the whole thing here. I had it all pulled up. Hang on. Yeah, so football is on the up and up, and I do agree that Sam Pittman's getting everything put together. I think that Arkansas football is trending in the right direction. It's a matter of getting it all put together. And again, starting in June, when you've got all these official visits, all these OVs, that's when it all kind of comes together. So Keith Smart was recruited by Nolan Richardson. I was not aware of that. Kelly brought that up in our Discord. That's incredible. I mean, that's how small world kind of stuff, right? But obviously he did not come to Arkansas. Keith Smart was a big-time hire. I'm a really big fan of the hire. I think a lot of people are. I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, no, that's not a great hire, right? No way. You guys watch South Park? I swear that detective is like one of my favorite characters now. Yolanda! Someone is going to get that. His stops. Now, you look at you're talking about a former NBA coach, and it just makes sense, right? I mean, this is why when you lose assistants, people start to freak out. What's going on? Look, if he was really that big of an asshole, these guys wouldn't want to come coach for him. So I think he continues to prove people wrong. Look, we've heard the rumors. It's not a secret. The guy's been called, fans believe maybe he's an asshole to his coaches. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Regardless, people want to coach for him. And here you bring in yet another former NBA guy. It's like when you go to the portal or recruiting, whatever, when you're out on the trail, isn't it nice to say, hey, I don't know many staffs in the country that have something like what I've got going on down in Fayetteville. We've got guys that are around the league. We've got guys who are from the league. I was from the league. I know what it takes. You know, Mason Jones, who, you know, say what you want about his situation, right? Isaiah Joe, not Daniel Gafford, sorry. Moses Moody, who's a potential lottery pick. I'm going to get you to the league. In the short time that I've been here, I've been able to everyone that I lose, I just bring in with more, what seems like an even just as impressive, if not more impressive resume from the NBA. That's what Musselman does, and it's absolutely, we've never seen anything like this. We've not seen anything like this before on campus, and I think that's very important to note. The fact that he grabs these guys who are assistants, head coaches, whatever, you know, their ability to make that, to use that as a sales pitch, it's impressive, right? You're like, and we wonder how the hell is he getting these transfers? You don't have to look that hard. It's not hard to see that what's going on here and what they're building and what they're aiming to do with this kind of staff. They're selling, we're going to get you to the league. Maybe not one and done, but we're going to, one way or another, we're going to get you to the league. Well, you've got one. You've got Moses Moody, who's a one and done. Look at what I did here. Me, Eric Musselman, who got fat and started hosting a YouTube show. And de-aged, went backwards in age. I love this edition. Like it's every time we lose something, it's like, oh no, whether it's someone goes into the portal and they just bring someone in that has just as good credentials, if not better. You know, you look at recruiting like, this kid committed to Auburn or whatever. Oh yeah, well, meanwhile, let's look at our current recruiting list. Although it's not what it was a year ago when you look at the rankings, recruiting rankings, and the power, start power, and what have you. We need to give Hunter a blank check right now. Yeah, I don't know why. I can't scroll down? That's weird. I'm unable to scroll down live chat, but I see there's more comments I'm unable to read. I'm unable to read the rest of the live chat. What's going on, YouTube? All right. That's going to do it. Arkansas, Tennessee. It's going to be a tough matchup. Good luck to the Razorbacks. I hope my goal this weekend is just don't get swept. If you lose one, it's understandable. I don't want to lose. I'm trying to make sure I didn't lose anything here. The flagship video, again, you guys need to go check that out. It's pretty incredible. Also, the most productive boss I ever worked for was an asshole. we outshone every other crew by a long shot. Sometimes it works. Not just coaches, NBA coaches want to coach for him. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Daniel Gafford, boy, he's tearing it up, isn't he? Look at him go. Look at Gafford go. Everyone knew the kid was going to shine, right? He was going to do well. Again, let me throw this out there again to the Patreon supporters. There you go. All you guys. We had a couple drop. We had 2 or 3 drop, but that's your month of April, Patreon supporters. I appreciate you guys. Tyler Edmonson, I see you. You said you'd take Muss over Hunter. Who said that? I said that? Oh, yeah, join Discord. We did have – so I got an interesting DM from someone. I updated Discord. We're now paying for it. We have some premium. I don't know what it even does. It's $10 a month. So I went ahead and signed up for it to help our Discord out. And apparently it booted a bunch of people out of the Discord, or they're unable to sign back into their accounts. So I had someone DM me like, bro, I can't sign back in. There it is. Kelly Marie just posted it. So go and join the Discord. I swear I'm not having a stroke. I'm trying to get all my words out. My mouth's filling up full of saliva. But go join the Discord. They're really fun, especially during games. You get to ride the roller coaster of emotions during a game. You have some people who I don't think usually watch baseball, and then when they do, they panic when Arkansas starts to lose. Not gonna lie, I've had my moments where you go to our Discord to vent. That's what we're there for. You go there and you vent. Just don't take it too far, right? I did have to update the rules page. Rules is rules. So, oh, John Hawes. Yeah, I got to watch what you post in our Discord. All right, last time, shout out to Patreon. I'm going to end it with that. Pulling a You talking about Lance? I'm not talking about Lance. No. No, people during baseball season. Not Lance. He's not even in our Discord anymore. He left, Kelly. He left. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Woo pig, go Hogs.